Get ready for a story that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about wild animals. This is the story of Bokito, a seemingly peaceful silverback gorilla who one day unexpectedly snapped. Many theories have been put forward as to why he broke out of his enclosure and demonstrated such aggressive behavior. But what if we told you that the reason behind his actions was something unexpected? Something as human as love. Yes, you heard that right. Love for a human. Gorillas are the largest apes in the world, weighing up to 250 kilograms. They are known to be gentle by nature, but can be very dangerous if threatened. The silverback is the alpha of a group and is identified with a patch of silver hair on its back as a sign of maturity and dominance. Gorillas are known to share 95 to 99% of their genetic code with humans, which can be seen in their gestures and intelligence. On May 18, 2007, Bokito, an 11-year-old silverback gorilla, was living a life of captivity in Blijdorp Rotterdam. Abandoned by his mother at birth and raised by humans, Bokito was transferred to the zoo in 2005 because of his abnormal attachment to humans and lack of normal behavior towards other gorillas in his troop. But among the visitors, Bokito had a special affection towards one woman named Yvonne, who made frequent trips to see him. Despite Bokito's aggressive behavior, such as baring his teeth towards Yvonne, she perceived it as a gesture of affection and continued her visits, even after multiple warnings from zoo officials. But one fateful day, while strolling through his territory, Bokito spotted Yvonne and her husband among the other visitors, and something inside of him snapped. He crawled through the bushes, overcame his fear of water, and leaped onto the boardwalk. The unexpected and violent attack left Yvonne with severe injuries, and Bokito was tranquilized and returned to his cage. Bokito's story serves as a chilling reminder of the wild nature of animals and the dangers of disregarding their boundaries, but also raises questions about the ethics of captivity and the impact on their psychological well-being. It is also a cautionary tale about the dangers of anthropomorphizing wild animals and viewing them through the lens of human emotions. Bokito's actions that day were a product of his own distinct behaviors, motivations, and emotions as a wild animal, not a human construct of love. As we delve deeper into the inexplicable occurrences of this strange event, allow me to make a request. Subscribe to our channel and activate notifications to ensure you never miss a moment of the unexplained. The air was filled with terror as Bokito, a powerful gorilla, broke free from his captivity at the zoo. Without hesitation, he targeted the one person he recognized, Yvonne, and with brute strength, he lifted her up and dragged her across the ground. Yvonne was left injured and permanently damaged from the attack. But Bokito's rampage didn't stop there. He then strolled into a crowded food court while families were frantically trying to flee and take cover. For almost an hour, Bokito roamed freely and injured 3 more people before being tranquilized by zoo officials. As the chaos unfolded, witnesses like Robert Johns tried to assist those in danger. Johns recalls seeing the gorilla chasing a woman and seizing her forearm. He heard her screams from just 30 yards away and saw the gorilla's mouth covered in blood. He alerted on-scene police of the attack and even followed the gorilla to a neighboring restaurant terrace, where he saw panicked people trying to flee and hide from the animal. It was a scene of sheer panic and drama as families, on a national holiday, visiting the zoo tried to protect themselves and their children from Bokito's unexpected and violent outburst. Even as the gorilla was tranquilized and safely returned to his cage, the damage had been done, leaving many shaken and injured. As the incident at the zoo unfolded, the staff were quick to take action, using garden furniture and other items to barricade the doors and keep the animal contained. But the reasons behind Bokito's sudden and violent outburst were still a mystery. According to officials, a preliminary inquiry revealed that children had been throwing stones at the gorilla shortly before the incident, putting the beast in an already agitated state. One of the keepers speculated that Bokito may have felt threatened by Yvonne and her husband Horde, as they tried to make eye contact with him and he didn't perceive them as submissive. Adding to the mystery, it was revealed that Bokito's behavior had been changing because another dominant male of the same troop was moved to Shanghai, and Bokito seemed to want to establish himself as the new dominant male of the zoo's gorilla family. Alpha gorillas are typically the most dominant, powerful, and sexually active members of their group. But Bokito's aggressive behavior in 2007 was not typical of an alpha. It was more like a reaction to the loss of dominant status. Unfortunately, Yvonne was the one who had to bear the brunt of Bokito's aggression, and she required 2 rounds of surgery to repair the bite marks, crushed hand, and shattered wrist she sustained. Even after surgery, doctors warned that her hands might never fully recover. The incident raised many questions about the welfare of wild animals in captivity and the complexities of keeping them in zoos. Many are still trying to make sense of Bokito's actions and understand the events that led to such a tragic outcome. Despite the traumatic incident, Yvonne surprisingly still holds a special place in her heart for Bokito. From her hospital bed, where she is recovering from bite wounds and a broken arm and wrist, Yvonne tells reporters, "He is and remains my darling." This sentiment has led some experts, such as primatologists, biologists, and philosophers, to speculate that Bokito may have had feelings of love towards Yvonne, and that the incident was a manifestation of his frustration at being unable to directly interact with her. Some scholars have even hypothesized that women may easily form emotional bonds with powerful and attractive animals like gorillas. But the zoo director, Tundor Stegen, rejects these sentimental ideas, stating he didn't love her because gorillas don't love. Dor Stegen goes on to say that this is an absurd and unacceptable transference of human conduct to an animal. However, he also added that he wouldn't completely rule out the possibility that Bokito may have wanted to include Yvonne in his troop, and that all of his movements toward her had that purpose in mind. The escape generated a lot of press coverage, and immediate steps were taken to ensure that no gorilla would escape again in the near future. The outdoor territory was enclosed by a substantial glass wall, referred to by the director of the zoo as Bokito Proof, which was selected by readers of a Dutch publication as the word of the year for 2007. Bokito's escape struck a deeper chord. His name came to represent a particular style of behavior known as alpha behavior. In Dutch, Bokito is the moniker for powerful people who are unafraid of rhetorical violence and brutal power shows. Acting like a Bokito on a smaller scale could indicate that your presence in, say, a meeting is being perceived as being excessively dominating. It's a reminder that even the most powerful, intelligent animals are still subject to their primal instincts, and that there is a fine line between understanding and exploiting them. But where is Bokito now? He never staged another attempt again after his 2007 escape. Bokito is said to be a family man who has 7 children, according to his caretaker. Even 13 years after that day in May 2007, he is still a key figure in the Rotterdam Zoo and has a well-known name in Dutch. So, do you think Bokito was trying to show his love and affection towards the woman, or he just wanted to show her who the boss was? Let us know in the comments. I want to thank you for watching this video and would like to ask you, if you haven't already done so, to subscribe and